Hey, what's going on, you guys? So I just wanted to do a quick intro to this video just to kind of give you guys a couple updates. So first of all, thank you for the umpteenth millionth time this week for everything that you've been doing for the channel, whether you're liking a video, whether you're commenting, sharing, subscribing, heck, even disliking a video. I appreciate it greatly that you guys have been showing love and showing interest in these videos. Hopefully we can keep making them every day. But when it comes to kind of things on my end, we are actually just shy of 100 subscribers. We're getting there very quickly. This channel's been around, what now, 2 weeks? It's been great. So there will be a giveaway coming up this week as a thank you to you guys, as also a kind of Christmas present slash holiday season present. But that will be coming. I won't give you all the details yet, but I can tell you it will only be for subscribers. So if you want to subscribe, get a jump on that, do so. Anyway, guys, I appreciate everything. I'll let you guys get into the video. See you in the next one. Peace. What's going on, you guys? Theo here with the big review, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video. And today I wanted to go ahead and take a look at and go over a topic that I think a lot of people kind of neglected, or at least it flew under the radar for some people. And since not everybody has this character or has decided to pull yet on these characters, I wanted to make sure I put this out there for you guys. So I know tomorrow, for those of you who have not been keeping up with the channel, tomorrow will be Eileen's big review for our Sunday daily video. As always, if you don't want to miss another daily video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. That way you don't miss any updates. But tomorrow she will be getting her big review. I've been playing with my Eileene for a full week now. I pulled her on drop night along with Dellons. Mine is Awakened level 30. And so I have been putting her through the ringer, trying to figure out kind of my thoughts on her fully before I put that video out. But one of the biggest cons for her, and I don't want to get too far into things with her because obviously tomorrow she will be getting a full review, but I wanted to bring this up anyway today. So one of the biggest cons with her is her skills were not cancelable. So by that what I mean is, for instance, if you were to have used, say, her skill 2, which is her weakest skill, which I'll show you here, you were stuck in this animation. Now, it doesn't go through the whole rotation if you whiff on it. It just does the kind of spin kick in the air before she'll come back down, but that gives people plenty of time to capitalize in PvP. In PvE, it gives you plenty of time to get kind of knocked out of the air and kind of knocked around just a little bit. So it is kind of an awkward skill. And if she whiffed, it left her very prone, which for a character that does tend to be a little squishy since she is a purple attack, that was a problem. However, that problem has been mitigated because they did kind of a quiet update to her kit where her skills are now not fully cancelable. You can't cancel them with, say, an emergency dodge or your melee attacks, but you can go ahead, and I'll show you here, you can go ahead and cancel these towards the end of the rotation. So we'll show you that. So I'm going to show you the full rotation on her 2. So she'll do her spin kick, knock them in the air, and then she'll knock them down to the ground as she slices back down towards the ground. So that is the full rotation. Now, it used to be you couldn't cancel out of that. However, you'll be able to see here, I'll go ahead and use it, and then my 3. So instead of her slicing back through down to the ground and knocking them to the ground, you can now cancel that ability out. So that is fantastic. That gives you so much more flexibility, so much more breathing room. You know, with her XY axis on some of these skills is very non-generous. So for her, getting around mobs and grouping them up is very important in a lot of modes, because if she gets surrounded really outside of the fact that her 1 is going to be able to hit both in front and behind her. And again, I don't want to get into too much detail before tomorrow's video, but her 1 was her best kind of grouping technique, and otherwise she would leave herself kind of prone because her 3, obviously, she stands stationary and only hits a specific grouping, and then her 2, we've already kind of talked about, is kind of awkward. But this is very nice. Being able to cancel this skill out, it gives you a lot more room to breathe. But that isn't the only thing that changed. Actually, her skill 1 changed a little bit as well. So I'm going to show you the full skill 1. So basically, she's going to slice forward almost instantly. There's a small startup, but then she will be behind the character and then knock them around and then land on the ground. So let's go ahead and try to cancel that now, because before it was not cancelable. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's that. So not necessarily the easiest thing to cancel either, but now if you go ahead and you look at it, you don't actually have to land on the ground. So that's what changed there. It used to be before she would have to land on the ground before she could do anything else. But now, midair, she can actually use her skill 3, which is very good for her juggling. Before, for those of you who are not aware, before on her skill 1 and her skill 3 combo, she could use that and nuke things very reliably. In fact, I would say that that's the best part of her rotation overall, is her 1 into her 3. However, if it was a heavy character, it was a very small window of opportunity for you to be able to hit that juggle. So if it was a heavy character, which not a lot of them are extremely popular, but they do exist, and specifically in certain PvE modes that would come up where she would try to combo that, but they would hit the ground too quickly for her to be able to pull it off. Any other normal type of character, she could still have time to land and hit the 3 before they touch the ground and then potentially be able to dodge. But now, being that she can cancel from that, even if it's not fully cancelable, as I've talked about, it's still a huge boon to her kit, because now she can more reliably hit that combo, which again is her best combo. And you can actually, while they're still midair after doing that, go into your 2. So overall, this update to her made her very, very strong, and she was already fantastic. So I wanted to go ahead and show that to you guys, and again, we can recap it. So her skill 2, she no longer has to land, she can cancel midair. And then on her skill 1, we'll wait for these cooldowns a little bit. And then you can go ahead, before she hits the ground, use your skills. So very, very strong update to this character. I know that for those of you who are already mad about the Seven Knights characters being so strong as it is, this may not be a welcome change to you. You may be crying foul. But personally, I think it's great. It definitely helps her utility. So again, I just wanted to show that to you guys. We can move on to the next topic of the video. All right, guys, but the last thing I wanted to go over in this video today is I wanted to go ahead and talk about, since we're down to, as you can see here, the last 9 days on the Seven Knights collab, I wanted to go over a few things that you guys should make sure that you do before the event goes. So, outside of your daily grind, there's certain things that if you haven't already done so and you have the ability to do, make sure that you do them. So first and foremost, and this goes without saying for any type of collab where characters are available for a limited time, make sure if you have the characters that you do the soul quest missions for them, so that you get the rubies before they go away, because they tend to just be pulled out of the pool and you can't go back after the event and do them. I know that I'm kind of not doing that myself right now, but I've actually been doing something else for a future video that I will show you guys later in said video. I'll go ahead and obviously make sure I do these but before it goes away, but I just wanted to remind you guys to make sure that you do this and get these rubies that are available right now. Of course, you have to have the character first, so for those of you who have been getting shafted on the 0.6 rates, I know a lot of you are not happy with those rates, but it is what it is. Go ahead and make sure you do those. Some people will forget them, they'll have all these extra souls saved up and they won't even bother, or with those boxes we've been getting from farming, they'll be using those and they won't necessarily think about the soul quest right off the bat. So for those of you who are in that boat who have not done that, make sure you do that. Like I said, I'll make sure I do mine, but yeah, just make sure you guys do those. I wanted to remind you. That way you get your rubies. The other thing I want to remind you guys of, and I briefly alluded to it the other day, but I just want to remind everybody yet again because I feel like it's something nobody talks about. Just for the codex, I would make sure that I at least get one of these cards. So it's not a card that is necessarily meta or groundbreaking or anything amazing. It's okay. So basically you're looking at increases attack by an additional 10% for 5 seconds and grants super armor for 1.5 seconds when tagging in. So it's okay. It has skill cooldown, which is nice, but overall it's not a card I think you're probably going to be using a whole lot. But I do want to make sure I point that out because I feel like it kind of got buried in here, and not a lot of people even think about it, because most people with these coins that they get daily are more focused on picking up these boxes, which obviously you should be. These stones are very, very, very strong. But yeah, that's something I definitely wanted to touch on with you guys. Make sure you're getting the most out of that. And then the other thing I want to make sure I talk about, if you haven't already been using all of your AP for the past few weeks here on this event, make sure you go through these every single day, not just for the items, but to make sure that you get the currency you need in the exchange shop. I just used mine, but in the exchange shop you'll have the stones that you can get the selection boxes for the 7 Knights characters, and you'll want to make sure you try to get all of those. You know, if you don't have a lot of the 7 Knights characters, maybe not so much, but I would still try to get some. As many as you can at least. You know, say you have 2 7 Knights characters, then make sure you at least get 6 of those, the corresponding ones that are needed for said character, which if you are not aware of which ones are best on which 7 Knights character, I made a video on that the other day, link in the description, so you can check that out. But make sure you're doing those things. My recommendation is just overnight one of these. I would overnight this one here if you can. Just go ahead and put it on auto overnight, put your screen on idle, and go from there. So those are a couple of things just kind of in this, as we're getting down to almost, not quite, but almost the last week. Make sure that you go ahead and do that, and you'll be able to maximize on resources that way from this event. But other than that, those are pretty much the things I wanted to talk about today. This is going to be a quick video because I am still working on the final touches on the big review for Eileene, as we talked about at the beginning of the video. With the update to her kind of coming in the past day or two, that kind of threw off all the audio I had recorded for certain sections of the video. So now I have to go back and redo all of that. So yay, YouTuber issues, right? But anyway, guys, that is today's video. Just kind of some quick tidbits of information there I wanted to get out there before I got done for the week and ended it off with the big review tomorrow. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you all with tomorrow's big review. I hope you enjoy it, and you guys have a great weekend. Peace.